What's good, YouTube, man? We back with another reaction video. We about to react to how Larry Bird humiliated entire teams. All my Larry Bird fans, tap in. All my Larry Bird subscribers, tap in. If you're new, like the channel, like the video, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10K subs. We approaching 5,500, man. So we slowly approaching 10K, man. So I appreciate y'all, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hit that subscribe button, man. Let's get it. It only takes 1 second. Smack that motherfucker. Boom. We found.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to my show. I'm Sean David. Let's talk some old school Larry Bird. Now we all know that Larry Bird is probably considered the best trash talker in NBA history, and especially when it comes to Larry Bird and individuals, we probably know basically all the stories. But in this episode, I want to focus more on stories where Larry Bird is trash talking and embarrassing entire teams. But before we get to that point, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreons. Thanks a lot, you guys, for supporting the show. It's really appreciated. And I would say enough said, let's get right into today's episode.
Let's get it. All my Larry Bird heads, I'll be excited to do Larry Bird videos.
I'll never forget, everything just started went in slow motion.
Who would win a three-point shooting contest, Larry Bird or Reggie Miller?
I would win hands down.
I still love when he says to Xavier McDaniel, X, I'm going to get the ball right here, and I'm going to take a jumper right in the face, I'm going to make it. And then he gets the ball, takes the shot right in front of Xavier McDaniel, and makes the shot.
Who was the best player you played against?
The best guy I played against might have been Larry Bird.
Correct. That's coming out of Kareem.
The first story that I want to talk about involves Larry Bird and coaching legend Frank Layton. If you don't know Frank, he's a coaching legend for the Utah Jazz and is widely considered to be one of the funniest guys who ever coached in the NBA. The story right here goes a little something like this. Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics were facing Frank Layton and his team, the Utah Jazz. Larry Bird had a hot night as usual, and again he got a little bit bored, as he did pretty often when he felt that nobody was trying to stop him. So Bird kept shooting and every ball was going in. So he runs by the bench of the Utah Jazz and goes, "That's the heat check, folks." Then he talks to Utah's coach Frank Layton and says to him, "Hey Frank, haven't you got anyone on the bench who can guard me? Because nobody out here can." So Frank looks down the bench and goes, "No,
professional
typical
shit
Frank Layton, typical Larry Bird." The next story that I want to talk about goes back to the year 1987, so when Washington was still the Washington Bullets. It is the 7th of November in 1987, and Larry Bird's buzzer beater against the Washington Bullets in double overtime would be a part of NBA history. With only 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Larry Bird hit a three-pointer that was waived by the refs because Celtics coach Casey Jones had signaled for a timeout before Danny Ainge raced down the court and kicked the ball to Bird. After a few seconds, when Bird realized what happened, he told some of the Washington Bullets players, "I can do it again, so don't worry." End of quote. Now let's have a look at the full sequence.
All right, Ainge is going to put the ball into play. And where do we go? It's going to go to Bird. He's got a shot. Get it!
It's tough.
And it's got it. A three-point.
Dope shit, man.
And that's that. It's all over. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? He hit a three-pointer with no time on the clock, and they win the ball game.
If we talk about the greatest rivalries of all time, we have to talk about Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And this story actually goes back to the time when Magic and Bird became friends. Magic Johnson was injured in one game between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers, but that still didn't stop Larry Bird from going over to him and have a quick word. "I've got a pulled hamstring, so I'm not going to play today," Magic said. Bird, on the other hand, looked over and said, "Man, I'm so sorry that you're not playing, but I'll tell you what, since you're here anyway, I will put on a show for you, so just sit back and relax." Magic didn't find that too funny and said, "Get out of my face." He even warned his teammates that Larry was about to drop buckets. But it didn't help. After every made bucket, Bird looked over to Magic and the Lakers bench.
Can do it. The Lakers can do it right here. They're being run back on because their shots are being missed long.
And what LA tries tries to do with the weak side forward. Right now, the man away from the ball. That would be Kevin McHale, who's just coming in.
Game so fucking pretty.
The next story that I want to feature is actually one of the more lesser known stories. But again, it involves Larry Bird and the Phoenix Suns back in the 1980s.
I remember in particular one where I had to make a pass in from Phoenix. And the entire...
he dropped 49 on him. I react to that.
Wild.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner.
That's tough, bro. That's just pure greatness right there, bro. I swear.
Let it go. He virtually turns to the bench and he's looking over like...
That's pure greatness, man. Literally. We back.
He's looking over like, you should have had more than one guy on me.
Should have had more than one guy on me.
You could have heard a mouse pee on cotton in that building. It got that quiet all of a sudden.
Finally, we get to one of my favorite stories that involve Larry Bird. It is the Atlanta Hawks and Larry Bird, and I think all of you guys know that story, but we have to put that right in perspective.
But when you played against somebody, you remember, well, you had the Bird night.
The Bird night. That's tough. What do you drop, what, 60? That's tough, bro. Like, the younger generation will never understand how great he is, bro. So these legends gotta tell these stories. Like, they gotta make these popular, man. They gotta make a Larry Bird Instagram and just fuck around and make a Larry Bird Instagram for him. with all the stories. I'm gonna just start posting it to my shit for real. That's what I'm about to do on Red TV Reacts and Instagram. I'm about to start posting Larry Bird stories.
Celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh. It was the greatest film session ever. Because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game. It just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. Just kept not just shot it, just kept rewinding it, showing the guys. You remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
For the next story,
that's crazy.
I'm going to tell because he was actually there, and I think it's one of his favorite stories of Larry Bird and the legendary "Told You So" story.
Well, probably my favorite one was we were playing in Phoenix, and we were way up. We were like 15, and we got the worst fourth quarter of the hit. We were terrible. And Larry's bad. Larry's missing shots, throwing it to the other team, throwing in the third row. And they come back and somehow, they go up two. So we have a play, out of bounds play. I'm taking it out. Larry's coming to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out and I'm going to shoot a three. And I'm like, we're down two. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, let's shoot a two, please. Go to the hole and try to get fouled. Let's get to overtime because we can't win this game. When they said, nah, man, I'm just going to bust a three on him. Oh my God. So he tells the Phoenix bench, tells the coaches, yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a three on you guys. Just go home. I'm tired of this. And he gets the ball, jumps up, busts the play, comes up, gets the ball to the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and goes, "Told you so."
Bro, he was Steph Curry before Steph Curry, bro. Quit playing with this dude, bro. People be going crazy when Steph Curry do that shit. Larry Bird been doing that. Wow. Yep, I reacted to that. That's at like 40K views. Good pass. Larry with the left.
Alright, you guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Also like the video because apparently it will help my channel to grow. Also, if you want to hear podcasts with me and former NBA legends, check out the Basketball Time Machine on Spotify and on iTunes. And for old school black music, so the 80s, 70s, 90s, and early 2000s, please check out my radio station, the Jam Time Machine Radio. It's on www.jamtimemachine.com. Alright, you know, set you all safe. See you next time.
That was a good video, man. All my Larry Bird heads tap in, man. That boy is too good, man. I love them Larry Bird stories, bro. I can listen to them all day, literally, bro. Greatness. But we trying to get the channel to 10K subs. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. I love my subs. Had a couple trolls come through my shit today. Try to, you know what I'm saying, knock me down and, you know what I'm saying, try to discourage me. But gotta fight through them demons, man. That's why I love my subs, bro, because y'all keep me motivated. So I really appreciate that. But y'all stay safe, stay tuned, and we out.